Hello, everybody. Animal Messages with Julie. And this week we have Barbara Suever, who's doing emotion code for cats. She will talk more on that. I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly. She did emotion code on me and it works really slick. Okay, so week in review. I don't know how your week was, but my week was very weird and very traumatic. Okay, so I got a fat lip. It's like all purple inside. First fat lip ever. So I don't know how you put lipstick on a fat lip. I just kind of went around it. And it came from an 80-pound dog. I just moved a millimeter and we were playing and I got clipped by the head. That's all it took. She didn't mean it. And then, yeah. The internet's been down the last 2 nights. It's up now.
Hi.
Hi, Candace. Okay, good. And I scheduled 2 different dog walkers over this week for the 80-pound dog, and one had emergency surgery and the next one tested positive of COVID. So it was like something happened with my own ankle, and for like 3 days I was walking using furniture. That's the only way I could walk, is like from one piece of furniture and one doorknob to the next. That's before I got the fat lip. And then the dogs that came in, the animals that came in this week, Lennox, he got a bad tummy ache up in Canada, Ontario, Canada, from eating cow's ears. And he had a bad tummy ache and a headache. So he got some Pepto from his person. Missy over in the UK, she had an injury to her paw when she was a puppy, but now all the myofascia on her body is all tight. So she's been getting massaged, and she and I talked. She's a French bulldog. And then Karma and I talked, and she had lost her alpha male and was basically in the mindset of a single mom. So she was super protective and super, when she saw other dogs, was like aggressive. So we talked to her and we brought in the energy of that alpha male that she lost, and that fixed that. So anyway, it's a judgment to say it's a rough week, but it was an eventful week. And as I was telling Barbara, it's snowing right now on March 31st. It just keeps coming down. So, all right, we're going into this then. So, all right, I'm gonna put her name up here, Barbara Suever. And emotion code for cats we're doing now. She does this for humans too, but she's going to work on the cats. Barbara, did you want me to put your phone number up again? Or
yeah, sure. Or
okay.
Yeah, or my email.
Or the email. Yep. Got the
phone number's fine.
Phone number's up. Okay. So get that. And is it still, what is the percentage off for the cats?
Oh, 25%.
Yeah. Oh, I got it wrong. See? Yep. 25.
Yeah, 25. Yeah, sorry. That was probably my fault.
Guys, let me know when you're ready. I'll ask the questions.
Okay, I will, Candace. I will. Okay, so I'm going to let Barbara talk about the emotion code, and so she can give us like a background on what she's doing, because I don't know much about it. Yep, we're going to do that. So, Barb, I'm going to hand it over to you. So I think when you talk, you're going to go on the big screen.
Okay. So the emotion code is a form of energy healing. So if you've ever had Reiki or gone through a regression or even done really intense yoga, those are ways that you can release negative emotions. So the emotion code is another way of releasing negative emotions. So what we do in the emotion code is that we actually can go into the body. I use something called muscle testing, which I'll explain in a little bit. So we actually go into your body and we find the emotion, right, that you have trapped, and then we release it. Emotions can get trapped for all different kinds of ways. You can get emotions trapped from your inheritance. So you can actually grab them from your parents or your relatives while you're during conception. You can also trap them from experiences like trauma or something, even just an emotion that you respond to with a high emotional level, even if it's not necessarily a justified emotion at that time, you can actually trap that emotion in your body. Animals do this too, and they also have inherited emotions. You can absorb emotions from other people, especially if you're an empath. And I find that almost all cats are empaths, and even some dogs, most dogs actually that I've tested as well are empaths. So they're actually here for our evolutionary purpose. So one of their jobs is to actually help us with our emotions. And sometimes to help us do that, they actually absorb our emotions for us when we can't handle them. So your body actually absorbs these emotions, these absorbed emotions, these inherited emotions, and there's actually more different types of emotions than that even. And what we can do with the emotion code is we can go in and find these trapped emotions in your body and actually release them out of the body. And the really nice thing about the emotion code in this process is that you don't have to relive it. You know how sometimes you go into therapy and you actually have to like relive the experience or the trauma that you experienced. Fortunately, with the emotion code, you don't have to do that most of the time. You can just release the emotion. You might feel a little bit, you might have a little bit of like regenerative, time after the session, but for the most part, you don't have to relive it. You can just release the emotion. I think that is a good like overall summary. I want to just show the emotion code in general. So when I show the emotion code, this is actually what it is. It's a document of all the different emotions that we experience. Now, these all obviously aren't all the emotions that we can experience, but most of these they're similar enough to the emotions that we experience that we can use this chart alone to eliminate most of them. The organs that you see over here are the organs that actually produce the emotions. And then the columns A and B actually don't necessarily mean anything specifically. They're just a category. So when I'm going through the emotion code, I don't have to explain. I don't have to go through 10 emotions. I only have to go through 5. So we use the process of muscle testing or energy testing in order to figure out what emotions you have. So if you were in person for an emotion code session, I would do muscle testing in the form of like, have you ever gone to a chiropractor or a physical therapist or something that actually makes you hold your arm out and then presses on your arm to see if your body goes weak or if you stay strong? What we do with the emotion code is we actually use my body as a proxy for yours or for your cat, whoever I'm working on. So I kind of sit in at the beginning of the session, I sit in the energy of the animal, and then I can test if I get permission from the cat, which most of the time they give me, not always, believe it or not, because, cats are spunky, but if they give me the permission to do it, then I can basically test my body for them. Okay. So I can go through the emotion code, see if I find any emotions that they have trapped. I have found with cats that they actually come into life with trapped emotions, and they actually take that on for their owner, which is really cool. And I believe that dogs do this too. I just haven't found it in dogs yet, mostly just because it takes a while for these to actually come up. And I've only done about 2 to 3 sessions long-term on dogs. I have cats, so I have done lots and lots and lots of sessions on cats. So what I found with cats is that they actually will come into life with certain emotions that you actually need to work on. They are also really, really good at absorbing your emotions. So when you can't handle an emotion, they're basically like little empaths, and dogs are just the same. They'll absorb the emotion for you when you can't handle it. So what happens to your cat then is they just, absorb these emotions, and that could end up developing into, behavioral issues or health issues. These emotions are vibrations. So when they get into your body and they get stuck in your body, they can affect the vibration of your body. So that over time, especially multiple levels of that over time, might actually affect you know, the personality of the cat or the behavior of the cat. And again, this goes for dogs. I've never worked on a horse or a wild animal, but I'm told that it's the exact same thing with them as well. So, yeah. Do you have any questions, Julie, or anyone else? Does that make sense? Or
Yeah, that makes total sense. So can I ask about Soda Pop? Is she a he or she's a she? So how is Soda Pop? Soda Pop is named after the movie The Outsiders.
Soda Pop? How old is Soda Pop? Do you know?
Well, when I had her, she was young, like she was a gray and white cat.
Or how
But-
long ago was it? Is she passed away now, you think? Or
Yeah, I think so. Cause
okay.
I hung out with her years ago.
Can you explain to me what she looks like just a little bit? Like, is she black and white? Is she calico?
She's gray and she's white.
Oh, gray and white. Okay. And this was a childhood kitty you had?
Yeah, like teenager, 12.
Oh, okay.
and
Oh,
stuff.
sweet. Okay. You bring up a really good point because actually this method can be used. It's not necessarily endorsed in the emotion code necessarily, but I have been using it on my cats that have passed away. So I have 2 kitties. One just passed away in October and another one that passed away like 7 years ago. And I've been kind of going back and clearing, you could say clearing the Akashic record of my kitties. So this would be something that we would do, like kind of clearing the Akashic record since they're likely most, no longer alive.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say I don't think she's alive, but maybe she is in spirit.
Oh, of course she is. Yeah, definitely in
Barbara?
spirit. Yeah, do you have anything to add?
Can you explain, in case there's somebody watching this on YouTube, which there will be, because it just says animals or cats, somebody likes cats, they're going to stumble upon this video at some point in the next decade. What are Akashic records?
Yeah, so it's not something that I honestly have that much experience with, but thank you. The Akashic record is like a record of everything that's ever happened in all directions of time and space. So if you're alive now, you can go back into your record and clear energy or clear karma from that Akashic record. It would be like going into your computer hard drive and clearing out the stuff you no longer want, like the viruses or whatever's in your hard drive or whatever in the programming even, and releasing it. So that's kind of what I mean by Akashic record. Is it kind of is a carrier of our karma and everything we've done in any of our lives. That's the way that I see it. I'm sure other people have different definitions, but that's the way that I see it.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Because that'll give people a better idea of like the cats. The cats have 9 lives anyway.
That's exactly how Akashi records work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's an interesting process. So when you Burma, when you pull up Soda Pop, when are you picking up?
When I would pick up, that's a good question.
What messages she sending you right now?
Yeah, well, I would have to actually sit and focus on her. So that's as far as messages, I'll just kind of see. It'll take a second. I'll need a minute of silence and to see if I can pick up anything from her.
Okay.
You want me to do that now, Julie? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so she's just like super excited that you're connecting to her.
Yeah.
And that's like always how like the cats that I've connected with that have passed, that's kind of usually how they respond, because they're just happy that they're thought of and considered. Like she's in spirit, so man, she's like she's like just really happy. She's really content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that there's like a lot of trauma from the life that she lived with you.
She's much older though.
So do you want me to try to see if she's got any emotions she wants to release?
Yeah, sure. I don't think she has much.
What I do at the beginning of a session is I have to make sure that my muscle testing is working properly. So I'll use words like love and hate and compassion and crime and different words that, you know, words that are congruent with Poppy's or Soda Pop's body and not, or that not congruent, to kind of get myself connected to her. So it'll take a second.
Okay.
And I use muscle testing. There's different ways of doing muscle testing. I do a ring and ring method. So if I'm strong, then that's an answer of yes. And if I'm weak, then it's an answer of no. And if you see me kind of go quiet for a minute, it just means that I need to focus and get into neutrality before I get the answer. So it might not be immediate. She's funny. She's telling me cats are very bossy, which is one of the things I love. She's telling me to calm down. She's like, relax, your shoulders are up, relax.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to go through the different types of trapped emotions with her. And then I'm actually going to follow up with the emotion code chart to see if there's any specific emotions she wants to release. All right. So does Soda Pop have any trapped emotions that she wants to release today? I have to ask that between each question because I don't want to go too far, you know, and I want to make sure she's already given me permission, but I have to get permission from the animal before I can continue. Right. So is there a trapped emotion that Soda Pop is ready to release today? Okay. Is this a common emotion? So a common emotion is an emotion that actually originated in her. So it's emotion that she felt as opposed to one she absorbed from someone else or absorbed from an ancestor, right? So the first one that she wants to release is a common emotion. So now I'm going to go through the emotion code chart. So I'm going to be saying things like column A, column B, even or odd row, and then kind of narrowing on the actual emotion. All right. So column A, B, A, even row, odd row, 1, 3. Right. 3 is crying, discouragement, rejection, sadness, sorrow. So rejection is the first one that comes up. Once we find the emotion, then I have to ask, I'm basically asking her, do I need to know more information in order to release this emotion? So sometimes we need to know where it might be located in her body when she was alive, or it might be the age that the emotion originated in. So I'm going to ask if she needs to know more information before she can release it. All right, and she's age is the thing. Do you happen to know how, Candace, how old she was when she passed away?
No, but I'm guessing she's telling me she's in her 50s or 60s.
When she was alive here on Earth, though, how long did she live? Do you know?
She was about, I'm gonna say she lived about 8 or 9 years.
8 or 9 years old? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this rejection, is this birth to 10? All right, well that, yeah, birth to 5, 6, 7. Okay, so she's saying that this happened at age 7. So something happened in her life where rejection got trapped at age 7. Is that correct? Okay. In order to release the emotion, basically we use the governing meridian. The governing meridian moves from the base of your spine over to the top of your head to your lip. And in order to like kind of pull the emotion out of the body, we do this motion like this. And it's kind of neat because I found that you can use this motion for all kinds of things that you're trying to release. This works for humans, for animals. If you're working on an animal in person, you can actually, my cats don't particularly like this, but you could like go over their heads like this and do it on them. Actually, personally, my oldest one gets insanely angry at me when I do that. If the emotion seems really elevated and really strong, you could actually use a magnet. I have a really strong magnet here that I'm going to use to like kind of wipe over my head. It kind of pulls it out faster because what we're doing is we're using magnetic force either with your hand or with the magnet, because your hand has magnetic power, and we're pulling the energy out of the body to help release it. So I'm just going to do that swipe about 3 times and then test to see if it's released.
Okay.
Released. Okay. So it's saying that's released.
That's good.
I want to say that she's really spunky, but like that's like pretty much every cat I ever know. So that's kind of kind of a generic comment. So let's see if there's another trapped emotion that she's ready to release. Is there another emotion?
Yes.
Sorry?
She's happy that I am.
She's what?
She's happy that I asked about her. She misses me a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I mean, the cats that I've worked on that are passed or all, any of them, typically there's one cat that I have that every time I do an emotion code session on her, she, wherever she is in the house, even if she's outside, she'll find me. She'll like want to come in and actually sit on me. And the funny thing is that this is a cat that actually doesn't even like me that much. I consider her here karmically for my husband. So she doesn't actually pay me any attention unless I'm doing an emotion code session on her, or unless I'm feeding her. That's like the only time. So I think they know. And I think they love that you're, like trying to connect with them. All right. So let's try to release another emotion here. She's ready for another one. All right. Soda Pop, is this a common emotion, absorbed emotion, inherited emotion, a heart wall? Okay. So this brings up another topic. So animals and humans can have heart wall emotions. So what that means is like, you've heard of like a heart wall or like a brick wall that you would want to like put around your heart whenever you're harmed, to kind of protect it. Right. So as we age, we can actually even come into life with some of these heart wall emotions. We add on these different layers of emotions that are protecting our heart. And as we do this work, sometimes they come up sporadically. Normally they don't. I have to typically specifically set an intention in order to release the heart wall. But she's wanting me to release a heart wall emotion right now. And these are typically like some of the bigger ones, right? And when you release the heart wall, it's kind of like your soul can open up, or your heart opens up to more love and your relationships go better and things like that. So the heart wall emotions can be common, absorbed, or typically inherited. I feel like it's absorbed. Okay, this one's interesting. This is an inherited one.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
It's also absorbed. Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are surprised to hear that animals actually have an evolutionary path too. So all animals have things that we inherit things from our family, and we clear, part of our purpose here is to clear our ancestral wounds. Animals have this too. They are, I want to say, almost just as evolved as we are. Like we just don't see it. So like they have inherited wounds as well. Or inherited things that they're coming into. We don't think of it because most of the time they don't spend that much time with their family, but they also don't live as long. So the 5 months that they spend with their family is actually, like their mom, is actually a really long time. So they have a path as well. All right. So I'm getting that this is inherited, and also like something about this is different. It's like absorbed as well. So maybe whoever inherited it, it's not actually theirs, but we'll see. So absorbed emotions are emotions that we absorb from, we can absorb them from other people. We can absorb, animals absorb them from other animals. I've even had animals that absorb them from the land, like the land, the house. They absorb them from their ancestry. So they absorb them in all different kinds of ways. They're like little bitty empaths, cats and dogs. They just, like they just take on your emotions for you. So let's see what emotion this is for Soda Pop. All right. 2, 4, 4, 4. Depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, taken for. All right. So this one's panic. Is there another emotion that goes along with this? All right. So sometimes there's more than one emotion that wants to release at the same time. Column A, B, even row, odd row. 1, 3, 5. Conflict, creative insecurity, terror, unsupported. Right. The next one's terror.
Yeah, not surprised.
And yes, animals, I've done sessions on people and they're like, I can't believe my cat has all these strong feelings. I'm like, they feel everything just like we do. So panic and terror are things that are very likely to be in a cat, just as like they are in a human. All right. Is there another emotion ready to release along with this one? No. Okay. So this is a inherited emotion that's panic and terror. I'm getting that one of these is absorbed and one's inherited. For some reason, it's grouping them together. It doesn't really matter. We can release them. So the nice thing about the emotion code is most of the time we don't need more information. Like with this one, I'm getting that we don't need any more information, so we can just release them. Like sometimes, like the last one, we had to know the age. Sometimes we have to know the age. Sometimes we have to know other information. And this one is just ready to release. She's just ready to get rid of them.
Yeah, that's good. She likes to be free.
Yeah. So like, so even though she's no longer in her body, she's still carrying this, and it's a potential that because it's in her Akashic record, she might carry that on, to the next person. So that's kind of the idea. So that's the nice thing about being able to release these for someone, even an animal or a human that's passed. So Julie, do you want me to continue, or do you want me to give someone else an opportunity?
Yeah, let's give Holly an opportunity. I know there's 5 cats that are still in their body that are in her life, and there's a number of cats that have left their bodies that have been in Holly and her mother's life. So let me see.
Hi.
That's
Hi, Holly.
and her mother in the background doing the dishes.
We were just eating dinner.
Dinner with the cats. Let's have
Yeah.
dinner with the cats.
Yes.
So I'm going to put me on mute so that you and Barbara can talk, and the program will go to your faces.
All right. Hi, Holly.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Just on a different view here. Okay. So which one of your kitties do you want to work with today?
I think we should talk to Callie, which is not my kitty, is my mom's kitty.
But your mom's here?
Yep.
Okay.
Not very nice.
She's not nice. What's going on?
Betty, where are you? Don't call her Betty. Yeah, I shouldn't call her Betty. Her name is Callie.
Is that your mom, Betty?
Yeah. No, I call the cat Betty.
Oh, the
Can you
cat.
see her?
Okay. Oh, is that the kitty? Oh,
Yep.
hi, sweetie.
She is a gigantic calico.
Oh, hello, gorgeous.
Hi, Callie.
Oh, look at your
She is
eyes.
beautiful. And she used
A
to
boy?
like me.
She.
Say hi,
Okay.
Barbara.
Hi, sweetie. Oh,
She's got to tell you what
you
she
know, the
thinks.
calicos are super spunky anyway.
Yeah.
I have a calico and they're like little
Well, that
snot.
one is
Yeah.
extra.
She
Yeah.
talks
So,
to
so your
people.
mom is actually there, right? Okay.
Yep,
There's mom. Hi.
Hi.
I'm just asking because like I like to have permission from the actual owner of the cat. So
yeah.
that's why that's why I'm asking questions because
She's adorable.
I like have this neighborhood cat that I really want to work on, but it's owned by a neighbor, but like I just can't ethically do it. So like because it just doesn't feel right to me. So that's why I'm asking.
She's
right.
adorable.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah. So how
Yeah.
old is Callie?
She's 8. She'll be 9 in
She's 8?
October.
Oh, almost 9. Okay. All right. Do you have a specific intention or anything? Like you said, there was some iffy behavior.
Actually, she's perfectly fine with me.
Yeah. Holly, does she not like you?
No.
When other people come to the door, she goes and
Yeah,
greets
yeah.
everybody. And she wants
Talk to
people
Barbara,
to talk
sweetie.
to you, talk to her, and she talks back to them, right, Kelly? You talk back, right? But when Holly comes, Holly calls her Betty because she calls her Bitchy Betty. And I don't
Sorry.
think Kelly likes that. And
No, she doesn't. Holly, that's funny.
she's
Tell her
been
why
kind
I
of
did
naughty.
that. Tell her
What?
why.
Yeah. Holly, is she like kind of naughty to you?
Well, she's not kind of. Ever since my stepfather died, she's very mean now.
Oh,
But now she's rubbing on me. So I get times sometimes like this where she rubs on me and loves me, and other times where I can't even sit on the couch next to her and she'll slap me.
is it like a mean slap or is it playful?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
And
mean.
she'll hiss or try to
Growl.
bite me and growl.
growl.
She growls at me a lot.
Okay.
She's
right,
very
but,
hurt that my stepfather dropped his body, she said.
Your what? Your stepfather?
My stepfather passed in September and she's very upset that one of her owners has dropped his body.
Oh, okay. So has she been like this just since that happened?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. She's so vocal.
Oh,
she's
she
very
always has been like that.
Yeah.
Really?
She's
always
Wow. Yeah, I
and
know
she's
certain
purring like
cats are
crazy.
vocal, but wow, she's like super chatty.
Yep.
All right. So let me try to give me a second here and I'll try to connect with her. See what I pick up from her. Holly, were you really close with your stepdad? Or was there tension or?
Not really.
In fact, when we would sit on the couch together, Callie has to sit next to me and lay on my leg. And if Fred, my husband, would reach over and want to touch her, she'd swat him. She's very protective of me, and she does that to Holly too.
Did she do
But-
that before your husband passed?
Oh yeah, she would do. She was very protective of me, or I don't know, maybe jealous or whatever. I have no idea, but she didn't like anybody sitting next to me if she was there. And if the other cat comes around, well, then that's totally unacceptable.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go a little bit off of the emotion code stuff here because I feel like this might be So the emotion code, there's like 6 different types of trapped emotions, but through what I do, I go into more than that, because I found that like past lives and ghosts and attachments and all kinds of different things can actually happen with animals, just like they do with humans. So I'm kind of getting a feeling that there's something karmic here. So if that's okay, I'm gonna go maybe a little deeper here. Okay, so
Just as an aside,
yeah.
we got Callie. We got Callie. She was hit by a car in front of our house. And she used to live across the street. And it was kind of an old farmhouse. And there was a little boy, I'm sure they had her when she was a tiny kitten. And she would sit at the end of the driveway and wait with him until the bus came to pick him up, take him to school. And then she'd walk up the hill going back to the house. Well, those people left the house. It got dilapidated and torn down, and they left her. And so she was fending for herself. I don't know how long, probably a couple weeks. And she crossed the road and came into the neighbor's yard. And as she crossed the road, she got hit by a car.
Oh.
And it was crawling in the driveway. And my husband went next door to pick up something. And he asked our neighbor, well, did you get another cat? And they said, no. And he said, well, there's a cat in the driveway. Well, Paula went out and got a blanket and wrapped it around her because she couldn't walk.
Oh.
And he said, bring it over to our house, Carol, will take care of her. So she lived on our porch for quite some time, a good 6-7 months, and she healed herself. We did not take her to the vet. And then after she was able to walk and move around okay, then we took her to the vet and had, her shots and everything else, because we didn't know what those people did. And at that point, I allowed her back into the house with the rest of the cats. We used to have 7 cats out on the porch. They'd come in at night. They were feral cats. And we stopped that. But then I still had 4 cats in the house at the time. And she adapted with the other cats. But now that we moved to the condo 4 years ago, and she likes the condo and everything else, but she doesn't, she wants all the attention.
Okay, lay down.
And but she's been nasty now basically ever since Fred died. And she really didn't take much, or he didn't really spend much time with him. I mean, he would pet her and whatever else, but I think she wants to be the only cat. And that's that's not possible because they've got this little boy kitty that's the same age as she is. She's 15.5 pounds, really almost 16 pounds, and he's 7.
Okay.
So he's tiny.
Oh, he's a tiny little thing.
Yeah, he's really tiny.
Yeah.
He's sleeping under a blanket right now.
Oh.
And now she's being nice around Holly. And
Because she's on the spot.
She found a spot and Holly's petting her, but normally she doesn't allow Holly to even do this, but we're paying total attention to her as well. So
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see what comes up with her. Okay. Okay. So does Callie have a trapped emotion that's ready to release today? She gave me permission. Yeah. She's like, hell yeah. Okay. So she's like, I asked her if she gives me permission to work with her, and she's like, hell yeah, I'm ready. All right. Is there a common emotion, absorbed emotion, inherited emotion, heart wall? Okay. So we're getting weird here. Okay. Something hidden, past life, share, dream, drug induced, life purpose. Okay. So this is one thing, typically doesn't show up right away with cats. It's typically something that comes up towards the end of this you know, after several sessions, but I call this life purpose. So the cats, like I said before, the cats actually, and dogs do this too. They come in with like a pattern of emotions that it's like they take on the emotion in order to understand it so they can help their owner. If that makes sense. Like my cat who just passed away like about 6 months ago, she took on all kinds of emotions for me. And I've been able to find them all because she's passed. So they were all available to me. So I've been able to clear them. And some animals, obviously she's ready to release this right away. But most of the animals that I found that are alive will only release a couple of these. So it's kind of interesting that this comes up right away. Does that make sense? Like what I just said, or do you want me to, do you have any questions? I know that's a little weird.
Yeah, no, that makes
Okay.
sense.
It's kind of like, you know, they take on your emotional karma, I guess is kind of how you can think of it. So let's see what like she's taken on for you guys. I'm getting that it's actually like your husband, which is why this is ready to release now. Right, column A, B, even row, odd row, 1, 3, 5. Conflict, creative insecurity, terror, unsupported, wishy-washy. All right, so this one is unsupported. Let's see if there's another one that goes with this. Column A. Are we done? Okay, so it's just unsupported. All right, so this was in her since the very beginning. All right, was this meant for, was your late husband's name?
Fred,
Brad? Okay.
Fred,
All right, did she carry this for? All right, so this is an emotion that she carried for him, for Brad. And it was an emotion, I'm sorry, what?
His name is Fred, like Fred Flintstone.
Fred, I don't know why I was thinking of Brad, sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, that sounds familiar. So she was carrying this for him and it's ready to be released because he's now passed. So it was a feeling of unsupported. Does that make it all any sense to you guys or?
Not to me.
what's unsupported? I don't understand.
I can read you the definition. It's like someone who feels a lack of support or help or encouragement, not provided for by another, not defended when help is needed, feeling the burden that they're bearing is too heavy. You're going to also feel unsupported by your body, like by an illness or an emotional illness or a mental illness.
I'm guessing that he was feeling this way because he was very sick in the end.
Right. So it actually, like, typically these are emotions that they share, like, you know, that they share with the person, with their person. So it might have been that Fred felt this as well. And this was part of her reason for being here, was to help him. But yeah, definitely, if he was feeling like that at the end, you know, then that could have been part of the reason. So is it okay? Do you guys want to know more, or is it okay if I just release it?
Tell us more.
All right. Did Fred feel like unsupported, like professionally or something? Would that
Did
be
he what?
something?
Did he
Feel
feel
unsupported, like with his job or professionally?
He was retired for quite some years, 20 years.
20 years. Okay, so it wouldn't be that. Okay, well, I can't pick up anything else because this is like a ingrained one in this cat. So it's like hard. I can't pick up age. I can't pick up. I'm feeling like Fred had a feeling of unsupported, and that's why the cat took it on. So other
Okay.
than that, I can't really pick anything else up. So
Okay.
I can just try to
Alright.
release it from your
Yes,
kitty.
let's just get rid of it.
Yeah.
I did feel that in my throat. So I don't know if if that makes any sense to you. Like she's so chatty that
She
Like-
talked a lot.
trying to communicate or something, but I felt that a little bit in my throat. All right, let's see if she's got another emotion she's ready to release. Is it a common emotion, absorbed emotion? All right, so this is an absorbed one. Column A, even row. 2, 4, anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment. Resentment 2. Guilt, resentment. Okay, so guilt and resentment. Right, is there another emotion that goes along with this? No. Okay, so guilt, resentment, age, birth.
Being healed.
Huh?
She's being healed.
She's what?
Being healed.
Did you guys have her at age 2?
No.
Yeah, okay, so this was absorbed from someone at age 2. And it's guilt and resentment, and it is a human. Yeah, so she just absorbed these from a human because I don't know much information. That's really all I can get. But yeah, we can just release these. All right, is that released? Okay. The cats that I've worked on, including my own cats, like I would say more than half of their emotions are absorbed because they're just literally, they just absorb the things that you can't handle. That's part of the reason. And dogs do the same thing. But that's part of the reason that they feel so healing to us, is they actually literally do take on our emotions for us. All right, let's see if Callie do you want me to continue, Julie, or do you want to see if anyone else continue? Okay. Is there another trapped emotion Callie's ready to release? Is this a common emotion, absorbed emotion, inherited emotion, heart wall, prenatal, past life? Okay, cool. This is something hidden. So this is something I found by just doing this work for a period of time, is that sometimes if you ask for something that might be hidden in the cat or in the person, then something can go forward. And sometimes I think it's because of other things that have been released, then other things are ready to come up. Right, so is this a common emotion, absorbed emotion, inherited emotion, heart wall? All right, so this is a heart wall emotion. Common. My kitty has joined us now. Right, column A, B, even row, 2, 4, 4. Depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, taken for granted. Right, was this at birth? Page 1. All right, so this was when she was really young. So this was a heart wall emotion. So this was an emotion that she put up around her heart. And it's called taken for granted. So she feels treated with careless indifference, not given thanks, or something accomplished, similar to ignored, taken advantage of. And actually, this is a pretty common one in humans, as you can imagine, and also pretty common in cats. So they just feel unsupported. So it might have been something. It seems like she was a really young kitten when this happened. So let's just
Be with her. I mean, she must have loved that little boy to walk him down the end of the driveway, wait for him to get on the school bus and then walk back up to the house. And I
Right.
saw all that. And then to
Right.
have them just leave her was just total. I could have killed the people myself. I don't know how you can do animals.
I know. I used to always say, like, you'd hear people that like move and then they can't take their animals with them. I'm like, I would just live on the street with my animals. like what? Like, they're my family.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So let's get rid of this emotion. Oh. I love her. She's so freaking spunky, man.
She has not stopped purring the whole time, and she is eating up that I'm petting her.
Oh, that's amazing.
Not
She loves
not
it.
normal for her right now.
Not normal.
she
That's
did-
awesome.
She used to lay in my lap and cuddle with me and sleep with me, and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
now she doesn't always do that. So
Yeah. It's interesting, like even though all of these emotions have happened when she's younger, it could be just the culmination, right, over time of all the different traumas and all the different emotions that just like all of a sudden she's like, okay, like I'm done, like I'm not talking to Holly anymore, something like that.
yeah.
Or blocking off certain people. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if there's another emotion for Holly. All right. I have another emotion she's ready to release today. All right, is this a common emotion, absorbed emotion, inherited, heart wall? Okay, she wants to do heart wall again. Common emotion. All right. So this is another heart wall common emotion. All right, column A, even row, odd row, 1, 3, 5. Blaming, dread, fear, horror, fear. All right, is there another emotion that goes along with this one? No, so just fear. All right, let's see what age this one was. Do we need to know the age? Yes, okay. Birth to 5, 6, 7, age 7. And by the way, the ages, the way the book describes it is that like it might be off by like a year or so, because the body, it's like what we're really doing is we're communicating with the body, right? With the subconscious. And supposedly the body or the subconscious doesn't care about age. It doesn't see that as something that's that important. Typically I find that it's pretty right on, but it can be like, give it like a year each direction, if that doesn't make sense.
All right.
lay down.
Lay down here.
Go by your mama.
Come on over here. You can come over here and lay down. Or go away. It's up to you.
We're still working on you.
All right.
Are you all done?
Okay, so that one's released.
Well, lay down.
I love her. She's so like she's
She
so
talk-
vocal.
And she just hissed.
What are you hissing about? You can go down. Okay, she went
You might
down.
have felt that fear leaving her. Right,
She's
this
all-
next emotion is a common emotion. Right, so the next one's absorbed again.
Oh, she's going to get something to eat. Should I go get Oscar?
She needs it more than anyone.
Yeah.
All right, so this is one she absorbed from someone at age 3. And this is an emotion. I'm just going to go ahead and read it because it's kind of confusing sometimes to people. It's called self-abuse. So this is, you can abuse yourself emotionally by like negative self-talk, negative beliefs, blaming yourself, like calling yourself stupid, calling yourself fat, whatever it might be. But you can also abuse yourself physically. So it could be something like with, abusing yourself with drugs or not taking care of yourself, work beyond your capacity, to punish yourself. And then it can go, even more extreme than that. I see a lot of this in the people that I work with, because I work with a lot of women who have like I have a history of body image issues and eating disorders. So I tend to work with a lot of women that are like that. So self-abuse is a common one, and, you know, like eating disorders. But all kinds of, everyone has a little bit of this, right? Because everyone has a little bit of, like, I hate to say it, like, but self-hatred, or like something you don't like about yourself, like negative things you tell yourself all the time. So your kitty absorbed this from somebody, from a human, at age 3.
Huh. She wouldn't have been with us at that point.
Okay, so that's released.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions so far? Or?
No.
No.
No. Uh-uh. Do you? No?
Do be aware of that. Like, very occasionally, kitties can have, and dogs, and can have kind of a weird reaction to this. Most of the time there's absolutely nothing, and you're not going to notice a darn thing. And I know this because I've worked with all of my cats and other people's cats too. And most of the time, 95% of the time, I would say there's nothing, and you won't notice any difference. Every once in a while, you might find that your cat's a little bit more lethargic or something the next day. I haven't had this happen with cats, but in my training, they say that sometimes there can be like a weird reaction where the cat will pick up a behavior they used to do, you know, or like or pick up a new behavior just temporarily while they're healing. So we're releasing the emotions, but just because we're releasing the emotions doesn't mean that all the healing has happened in that moment, because the body has time. So you know, at the end of a session, I always ask how many days for healing or how many days for processing. And usually it's like 1, 2, 3 days, because especially with like animals, they're like, boom, I'm good. You know, like I'm good. I'm like a healer, man. This is what I do. You know, this is why I'm here. So normally it's not very long. But normally after that time period, everything goes back to normal. You know, unless we're setting the intention to specifically help with some kind of behavior, then hopefully sometimes I've had behaviors just like immediately stop. I had one woman whose cat was urinating all over the house, and after one session, it stopped, like just completely stopped. And then she contacted me a month later. She's like, the cat hasn't peed for like a month anywhere outside the litter box. But sometimes behaviors don't, you know, get fixed obviously right away, because these are process things, you know, happen in layers. So anyway, that's my little little side mark. So let's see if she's got any other emotions she wants to release. All right. Okay, is this common emotion, absorbed emotion? All right, so another absorbed.
She doesn't have to be here.
What?
She doesn't have to be here.
And this is the time she would go and have her snack. So.
Longing.
What?
Longing.
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 Longing and unsupported. Okay, so it's just those two. Do we need to know? Okay, we don't need to know an age. It's happened at age 8. Does that make any sense? Longing and unsupported. This was absorbed. So this would have been like a human near her, or even another animal could have felt this, and then she absorbed it from them.
It could be my mom when Fred passed.
Oh, was she 8 at the time?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that's released. All right, now we're gonna get weird. You ready to get weird, Julie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like getting weird. You know that.
I do. Huh. All right. So I just went through about 20 things. This isn't, this is something in the house. It might not be your current house. That's the only thing that tested positive. So it seems to be that there's something in the house she doesn't like. Let me see if it's related to an emotion. Maybe even 1, 3, 5, 1. Have you guys been in this house for a while?
4 years.
No. Okay. So there's something in the house that the emotion came up, but it's not a trapped emotion. She's just trying to communicate with me about what it is. It's some kind of conflict.
Oscar. I swear.
Oh, is it another cat?
Yeah, that's what my mom thinks is it's Oscar.
You want to see Oscar?
Oh, is he there?
Yeah.
You want to see
Yeah.
Oscar?
Sure.
Where is he? Under the blanket?
She'll go get him.
Do they
He's just-
argue? Do they fight? Holly?
Right, all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense because nothing else came up. So, and it's not like an entity, or I thought it was going to be like an entity or like dark magic or something bad, but it just said something in the house and it like didn't hit on anything else. So another cat makes sense.
Can you see her?
Oh, hi, sweetheart. Oh my gosh. Are you all white?
Yeah.
Totally white.
God, how gorgeous.
Want to look
Hey,
at them?
beautiful. Aren't you a sweet little thing?
Say hi. Say hi, Barbara and Julie.
Mm.
Say hi.
You tired, little boy? Yeah. Oh, okay. He's a kiss.
Aw.
When he goes to the vet, they call him Kissy Face because he kisses all the time.
Aw, he's so like delicate and like sweet. Aw.
He is the sweetest kitty. He really is. He loves me very much too.
Aw, so sweet.
Your little boy? You're a nice little boy. Yeah.
That's what we think she doesn't like.
Okay. Okay.
We think she's jealous.
Yeah, let's see what emotions like come up. Emotions regarding what's Oscar regarding Oscar. So I'll ask her specifically if she's got any emotion she wants to release related to Oscar. Because I can't fix a conflict. Maybe Julie can do that. I don't know how to do that. But like we can see if we can release any emotions that are like in Callie related to Oscar. Right. Are there any emotions related? Even row, odd row.
Fix your eye.
Right. Blaming. That's funny. All right, column A, B, even row, odd row. 1, 3, 3. Confusion, defensiveness, grief, self-abuse, stubbornness.
I'm gonna lay down here.
All right, is there another emotion related to Oscar?
There could be jealousy too.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise
Oh,
me
that
at
wouldn't
all.
surprise me either.
I think think there's jealousy because he wants the same kind of attention.
Oh,
Yeah, there might
Right.
very well be jealousy, but it's not coming up right now. Sometimes, the emotions that come up are the ones that they're actually ready and willing to release. So it might be that she is very jealous, but she's not actually ready to release that today. The ones that came up are blaming and then stubbornness. And I have a feeling the stubbornness is on Callie's side. It's not like she's mad at Oscar for being stubborn. I feel like she needs to release her stubbornness. So those are the two that she's ready to release. There's no others. So we can work on releasing those.
See how sweet he is? He's just
Super
a-
loving, man.
Oh, he's always like that. Right? Right, Asky? You're a good boy. Yeah. He's a good kitty.
It's like he's loving the phone.
Yeah, he's just loving on the phone.
Yeah, I got like the word like safety. So I almost feel like Oscar feels, or Callie feels a little like, it doesn't really maybe make logical sense, but like a little ungrounded, because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
here. Yeah, like because of all, like, I think just because of all of her trauma, she feels ungrounded or unsafe or unsupported or something because he's there. So. All right, Julie, you want me to go on or continue?
Nope, we can stop there. I want to check with Patrick to see if Patrick had a cat or not. No, you
They're-
want to get out?
They're so
right.
cute.
Real
They're
quick,
so
let me just follow up with Oscar, with Callie here, just to finish up. I want to see how many days for processing. All right, so that was a lot for her. So she wants 3 days. All right, so she might be a little sleepy for about 3 days, but after 3 days, she should be back to normal and release the emotions. Okay, so let me know though. Holly has my information, so if there is any weird behavior or anything, like contact me immediately. Okay, there shouldn't be, but if there is, okay. Hi, Patrick.
Hi.
Hey, Patrick.
Hello, Candace.
Hi there, CJ.
This is
Aw,
Hey,
sweetie.
Barney.
Love
Look
you.
at
It's
you. Aren't you beautiful?
Yeah, they're good.
You're good.
You're
We're
good.
good. We don't have any cats here. We're dog people.
I love the dogs and the kitties, but the kitties seem to always find me.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording. So everyone, in the description, there will be the links for Barbara to make an appointment with her to have that discount. Now, I don't know how long that discount will last. So this is being filmed at the end of March in 2022. Okay, so if you're watching this 2 years from now in 2024, there might not be a discount. All right.
I love you, Julie.
So again, you click on the description, it'll expand, and then in there will be the links for all this. And so thank you for joining us.
Aw, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.